All year long, it's been about Drake Maye and the explosive Pats offense. But tonight, the defense flipped the script and the Pats are moving on. This is Locked On Patriots.
You are Locked On Patriots, your daily New England Patriots podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
What's happening? I am your host, Nick Cattles, born and raised in New England, been covering the Pats for the past 16 years. Also the co-host of the Greg Bedard Patriots podcast with Nick Cattles and a sports radio veteran. Welcome to Locked On Patriots, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, now the #1 sports podcast network, your team every day. And yes, I am coming to you from a hotel room in Providence, Rhode Island, after celebrating my brother's 50th birthday this weekend. It is almost midnight, but I couldn't care less. You couldn't care less because the Patriots have beaten the Los Angeles Chargers and they have advanced in the NFL playoffs. On tonight's show, Drake Maye was not the sharpest he has been, but he had plenty of plays in the chamber to get the W. Also, the defense showed up in the biggest game of the year with their best performance. But first, the Pats are on to the division round. Today's episode is brought to you by FanDuel. FanDuel is officially in playoff mode every game day during the NFL playoffs. FanDuel is giving customers even more ways to get in on the action. Visit FanDuel.com to get started. Let's just absorb this here for a minute. This is the Patriots' first playoff win since Tom Brady. Their first playoff win since 2018. You go back to the last time that you felt like the Patriots had a chance to win a playoff game, and it was against Mike Vrabel's Tennessee Titans, who beat the Patriots, beat Tom Brady at Gillette Stadium. It has been a while since we have had this feeling, a Patriots playoff win. The schedule was weak. All the schedule talk. The Patriots aren't really a good football team. They played a bunch of tomato cans. Yada, 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 yada. I don't think it's a coincidence that Drake Maye had an audible tonight, tomato juice. Forget about the tomato can talk. Forget about the schedule talk. I've said this. The Patriots have done what good teams, if not great teams, do. They have dominated bad football teams. That's what you do. Take advantage of bad football. And so we can put away the schedule talk because the Patriots went into tonight's game against the Chargers, one of the better teams in football. They're a playoff team against one of the better quarterbacks, a Chargers team that, yes, is banged up, a Chargers team that has had offensive line problems, but a Chargers team that won double-digit games and won some pretty big-time games against really, really good football teams this year. So throw away the schedule talk. See you later. Don't want to hear it ever again. And what we saw from the Patriots tonight was a team that faced adversity and was able to overcome adversity. This was not a perfect game. This was not easy. The Patriots didn't cruise through this game. I mean, this was a tight, tough, physical fist fight in a phone booth in the playoffs. The Chargers defensive line, we talked about them in the preview show. Their defensive line was a problem tonight. Their defensive line got after Drake Maye. Will Campbell, Jared Wilson had a tough night. Drake Maye was sacked 5 times during tonight's game. 5 sacks. Drake Maye got hit a number of times pretty hard. The Patriots lost the turnover battle. They were -1 in turnover differential, but they found a way to win. And that's what good teams do. Not playing your best football, not playing your cleanest football, but finding a way to win in your biggest game of the season. In all 3 phases, I know I'm going to sound like Bill Belichick, but all 3 phases chipped in for this win tonight. That's what happened. You got contributions from all 3 phases. The defense, will wax poetic about the defense, trust me, because the defense, as you saw in the thumbnail here on YouTube, the defense was freaking dominant tonight. I did not see that coming. I thought the defense would be good tonight against this matchup. I did not think this defense was going to be dominant. I did not think this defense was going to be shut down. The defense was incredible. The offense, again, not a clean night, not a perfect night. Certainly some issues that you need to fix as you move on here and play the winner of the Texans and Steelers on Monday night. But the offense came away with a much-needed touchdown drive when you absolutely had to have it, when you could feel that separation, when you could put all the pressure in the world on the Chargers and you need a touchdown drive. You get the touchdown drive from Drake Maye. You get the touchdown drive from your offense. So the defense was dominant. The offense moved the ball. They did just enough. They put 16 points up on the board. And the special team, something that we always overlook and we shouldn't. We saw what happened with the Ravens against the Steelers and how the Ravens lost their opportunity to be in the playoffs this year because their rookie kicker, Tyler Loop, missed a field goal to win that game. Here we are talking about special teams, and special teams was nearly flawless. Bryce Behringer had a nice punt during this game and pinned the Chargers inside the 10-yard line. Didn't have to punt much. Andy Borregales, your rookie kicker, was excellent tonight. Really no issues there, right? And ends the first half with a field goal again. So your rookie kicker showed up and kicked well. And your special teams coverage was excellent. The Patriots special teams coverage was really good. Shout out to Jeremy Springer. They did a fantastic job all night long. Even the little things like Marcus Jones calling for the fair catch and making it look like he's going to catch it and letting the ball bounce into the end zone to get the extra yards and to set up that touchback. The special teams was great. And that's how you win a playoff game, which frankly, we can all agree with this, was a pretty ugly football game, but that's how you win. That's how you win playoff football games. All three phases. Your defense is dominant. Your offense does just enough, comes up with a big drive, scores that huge touchdown, and your special teams is nails practically all night. And Mike Vrabel talked about this from the very beginning. Mike Vrabel knows what he's talking about, folks. When he was asked on Monday, this past Monday, you go back to the beginning of the week, and he was asked about the Chargers, and he was asked about this specific matchup. What did Vrabel pound? Mike Vrabel kept talking about physicality. He kept talking about winning in the trenches. He kept talking about fighting and how this game was going to test the physicality and the toughness of his football team. Mike Vrabel knew exactly the type of game that we were going to see tonight. And once again, Mike Vrabel had his team ready to play. And the Patriots won that physical battle. Not every single snap. Again, Drake Maye got hit plenty of times. The left side of the offensive line has to be better. But the Patriots won the physical battle. They won it enough to win this game 16-3. By the way, 2 penalties. Only 2 penalties all night long on the Patriots. So they played mostly disciplined football. It doesn't have to be pretty. It never has to be pretty. The only thing that matters on God's green earth when we talk about, especially in the postseason, the only thing that matters is that you walk out with a victory. And that's precisely what happened. The Patriots have gone. They have gone from a 4-13 football team to a team that is now going to host their second playoff game in this postseason. I mean, how can you not smile about that? How can you not be excited about this football team? I mean, we're talking about a couple of wins away from a Super Bowl appearance. I thought this team would win 9 games. I thought if everything fell perfectly for Mike Vrabel and company, they would win 11 games. 14-3 regular season, walk into the playoffs tonight, take care of business. Now it's on to the next one. But before we get to the next one, we have to talk about Zach Core, the defensive play caller, because Zach Core pulled off a play calling masterpiece, and the defense absolutely poured it on at Gillette Stadium. We're going to talk about that next. This is Locked On Patriots, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. This episode is brought to you by Prize Picks. Whether you're starting a new routine or jumping into player projections for the first time, trying something new can feel like a challenge. But with Prize Picks, it always feels good to be right. With high-pressure football matchups every weekend and elite hoops action almost every night, things never slow down. And Prize Picks lets you stay in control. Prize Picks is a daily fantasy app that makes watching sports even more exciting by letting you build lineups based on player projections, No drafts, no waiting. Just pick more or less and play your way. Getting started on Prize Picks is quick and simple. The app is super easy to navigate. You'll love the flexibility with options like Flex Play, where you can still get paid even if one pick misses. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code LOCKEDONNFL to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code LOCKEDONNFL to get $50 in lineups after your first $5 lineup. Don't forget, Prize Picks. It is good to be right. What if sports were traded like markets? Now you can put your sports IQ to work in real time with Robinhood Prediction Markets. It's not you against the house. It's you participating in a live market. You can buy or sell your positions live all game long. Use your sports knowledge in the moments that matter. Robinhood Prediction Markets changes the game. It's people moving the action. So when momentum shifts, you can move with it. I always knew the game, but never had a dynamic way to apply that knowledge. Now I can actually take part live in a market powered by people. You're no longer just a spectator. Play by play, you decide. Trade every play with Robinhood. Now available across the U.S. Download the Robinhood app now to begin. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives, LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm. It just feels good winning playoff games, right? It just feels good watching the Patriots win playoff games. You already live your team every day. Now take it up a level. Go ad-free. Join the Everydayer Club today. Get Locked On Patriots. No interruptions. Members-only Discord access and more. All for just $5 a month, $50 for the year. Go to lockedonpatriots.supercast.com or check the link in the show notes to learn more. And don't forget to help a brother out. Again, I'm chilling here in a hotel in Providence. And boy, oh boy, we're going live. Forget it. We'll do it live. We're going live to talk about this Patriots win. Don't forget, if you're watching on YouTube, whether live or on demand, to click that thumbs up, hit that like button, help us all out here. More thumbs up means more eyeballs, how the algorithm works. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to comment. I want to see all of your comments on this win. How you feeling? Patriots victorious 16-3 against the Chargers. Don't forget to throw those comments in, and don't forget to subscribe. All right, let's talk about this defense, because this defense tonight was absolutely, unequivocally cooking. It really was the perfect ending, wasn't it? The perfect ending to this football game for the Patriots defense was Milton Williams dismissing, humiliating Chargers center Bradley Bozeman. I mean, just whoop, right by him to sack Justin Herbert. That really was the perfect ending for this defense and what they were able to accomplish on this Sunday night. Patriots defense had 6 sacks. Patriots defense had 20-plus pressures tonight, just constantly in the face of Justin Herbert. And we talked about this all late last week. We talked about it on the preview episode, the deep dive preview. The biggest weakness by far for the Chargers was the offensive line. And if the Patriots were going to win this football game, if they were going to beat the Chargers, they were going to have to get pressure on Justin Herbert. They were going to have to win that battle against the offensive line. And we talked about the Chargers offensive line having trouble with certain blitz looks. We talked about the Chargers defense having trouble against stunts, and you saw all of that tonight. The Patriots defensive line, tons of stunts thrown at the Chargers offensive line. Justin Herbert was running for his life all night long. Blitzing, just relentless blitzing from Zach Core and Mike Vrabel. Patriots defense had a heavy blitz night, had a significant pressure night, and took Justin Herbert out of this game almost from beginning to end. They made Justin Herbert's life miserable. And here's the perfect thing about this game from this defense on this night. Not only did you get pressure, not only did you smoke the Chargers offensive line and dominate like you should have in the trenches, but you also saw some of the best coverage from the Patriots secondary that we have seen all year long. The Patriots coverage was absolutely terrific tonight. And they did something that they haven't done all the time, right? We've talked about, when will the Patriots defense decide to deploy man coverage? When will they look at Christian Gonzalez and Carlton Davis and say, take care of it, fellas, and Marcus Jones? And tonight, you saw a decent amount of man coverage. We'll get the numbers as the next couple days roll by, but the Patriots secondary played a lot of man coverage, it felt like. Christian Gonzalez was outrageous. Hopefully he's okay. He left, as we know, late in this game with a head injury. We'll see what happens with the concussion protocol. But tonight, Christian Gonzalez, he was running routes for the Chargers receivers. He literally was running the routes of the receivers. That tonight was second-team All-Pro Christian Gonzalez. That tonight, I don't know if the All-Pro voting went across his tuk-tuk or not, but that was a motivated Christian Gonzalez. He was absolutely terrific in coverage from what I saw. We'll see the film. We'll watch that all 22, and I'll tell you whether or not he was as good as he looked in real time. But Christian Gonzalez certainly looked like he was a dominant cornerback tonight. And Chris Collinsworth talked about it, just talking about Christian Gonzalez and how great he was. And Marcus Jones held his own with a couple of good plays and big plays. Carlton Davis had the one defensive pass interference call, but I thought he was good and he was physical. And, you know, the thing that we shouldn't overlook as well, because we want to talk about the idea of this secondary being solid in coverage and fantastic, which they were. But I don't want to overlook how physical the secondary was. Marcus Jones in the low red zone area, right? Comes up with that huge tackle of Justin Herbert. It's Marcus Jones and Justin Herbert. Mano a mano, two bulls looking at each other. And Marcus Jones is all of like 5'7", $180. Justin Herbert's what, 6'5", 230? And it's Marcus Jones versus Justin Herbert one-on-one. And Marcus Jones comes up with the huge tackle and stops Justin Herbert short of the end zone. Gigantic play. Carlton Davis also had a couple of tackles in this game that were very, very physical, showing up. I thought Craig Woodson was very physical in this game. It was great to see because Craig Woodson's been up and down. He had a tough game, I thought, against Miami. But tonight, he was ready to play. And he was laying the bomb on this Chargers offense, especially in the first quarter and a half. Craig Woodson's physicality jumped through the television screen watching this game. So again, Mike Vrabel talked about the physicality. The Patriots were physical. They were physical up front. They were physical on the second level. They were physical from their cornerbacks, their defensive backs. Nothing came easy. Nothing came easy for the Chargers offense tonight. And the Patriots defense did a really good job situationally. I mean, think about it. Let's go back. Drake Maye throws that interception early in the game, right? Pass gets deflected. It gets batted up. Interception. The Chargers have the ball at just about the 10-yard line. That's such a huge swing right there. Not only did Drake Maye turn it over, but the Chargers have it set up perfectly. The Chargers offense, they know they're not going to be able to consistently move the ball down the field 80, 90 yards, right? So a short field, getting that turnover, having the ball at the 10-yard line, and the Patriots defense with that sudden change. You want to talk about the significant swing in the football game? Your defense is looking at a 1st and 10, and it really was just outside of 1st and goal. The Chargers have a 1st and 10 from your 10-yard line-ish, and they just got a turnover from Drake Maye. Your defense comes up with a stop. They give up no points. Then the Patriots offense takes over at the 2. Patriots offense moves down and gets a field goal. You went from turning the ball over, looking at almost guaranteed points for the Chargers, to not giving up any points, and somehow, some way going on that long drive and getting points yourself. That is such a huge swing in this football game. The situational football, the low red zone defense stepped up a number of times. Christian Ellis, I thought, was great spying Justin Herbert tonight. He was fast. He was decisive. Several good tackles. Yes, he had one of the 2 penalties on the face mask. He missed tackle. He blew a tackle, got into the hole, grabbed the face mask. But overall, Christian Ellis was really good as the spy on Justin Herbert. The Chargers just couldn't run the football. The only guy that could run the football for the Chargers offense was Justin Herbert. And a lot of times that's because he was running for his life because coverage was great and he had nowhere to go. And he was like, I'm just going to run and try to pick up a 1st down. The Chargers had 87 rushing yards in this game. Herbert had 57 of the 87. Kamani Vidal had 11 carries for 31 yards, less than 3 yards per carry. Amari and Hampton tried to go. He was hurt. He couldn't go. He was done. And Justin Herbert finished 19 of 31 for $159. The Patriots defense gave up only 3.5 yards per play. That is out freaking standing. That is otherworldly. 3.5 yards per play against an NFL offense. I couldn't care less what NFL offense you're facing. I couldn't care less about the offensive line problems. To give up only 3.5 yards per play in a playoff game is outstanding. It's unreal. The Chargers were 1 for 10 on third down. The Patriots defense won this football game tonight. All year long, it's been about Drake Maye, who I think is the MVP of the league, and the offense helping the defense, sometimes carrying the defense. All year long, it's been about the offense, and Drake Maye. And then you get to the playoffs and you get into a physical battle, and the defense wins this game for you. I mean, just can't say enough about it. Zach Core, Mike Vrabel, it's great stuff. All right, now let's get to the quarterback. Drake Maye comes up in the biggest moments, and the offense does just enough. That's next. This is Locked On Patriots, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. The wild card round is here, and FanDuel is officially in playoff mode. Every game day during the NFL playoffs, FanDuel is giving customers even more ways to get in on the action, because right now, every NFL playoff game day, FanDuel users get a profit boost pack waiting for them inside the app. Each game day, you'll see a pack loaded with multiple profit boosts you can apply to the bets you like most. Open your profit boost pack first thing on game day and see what boosts you want to apply. The boosts give you more juice on the bets you already like instead of forcing you to bet something new. The boosts let you lean into your game day instincts, whether you're backing momentum, defense, quarterback play, or coaching. You make your picks, then apply your profit boosts to go after even bigger payouts while the playoffs get rolling. So visit FanDuel. Again, visit FanDuel, an official sports book partner of the NFL, and grab your profit boost pack every NFL playoff game day. This was a fist fight all night. I talked about it a little bit earlier. This was not a pretty game. This was not an offensive display. But Drake Maye did what he has done an awful lot this year. He gets past some of his roughest plays. He's not necessarily sharp for stretches in this game, but then he gets hot. And in the second half, he got hot. At one point, NBC showed the graphic. He was 11 for 14. I think they said 173 yards and a touchdown in the second half. He got going. And he didn't need to be great, and the offense did not need to be great, again, because of the defensive performance. But what I loved about this game was when you absolutely needed it. When you absolutely needed a drive from Drake Maye and the offense, they gave you a drive. They gave you the touchdown drive. When you absolutely had to have it. When you felt like if the Patriots put 6 on the board, this game just feels like it could be over. Can they put together this drive? Can they get the 6 points? Can they find a way? Can they get that touchdown? And that's exactly what happened. Exactly what happened. The third offensive possession of the second half in the fourth quarter, 2nd and 7, shotgun formation, Jack Westover for 9 yards. Jack Westover for 9 yards. 2nd and 6, you have the Kayshon Boutte route where Cam Hart jumps the route and tries to come up with the pick. Cam Hart misses. Kayshon Boutte turns that into a chunk play. 1st and 10, Drake Maye, 8-yard scramble. 2nd and 2, I formation with Ramondre Stevenson, 12-yard run. And then 1st and 10, 6 offensive linemen, under center, play action, great play call by Josh McDaniels. Great job by Travion Henderson, who we've talked about all year long in his pass protection. Travion Henderson steps up in the pass protection, takes care of the assignment. Drake Maye has just enough time, great pocket manipulation, slides to his left, and throws a perfect football right over the extended hands, just over the fingertips of Derwin James for the touchdown to Hunter Henry. Game, set, match. That made it 16-3. So just when you needed it, when you needed that touchdown, You're up 9-3. Still a one-possession game. Plenty of time for the Chargers to get the football back and somehow find a way to win this game. And at times it felt like they could, right? You had the fumble, which turned into a 17-yard run. Then the officials, the crew misses a false start, which turns into another big play, the scramble. And you're going, my goodness, is this just going to happen? Is this how it's going to unfold? But when you absolutely needed it, when you needed a touchdown drive to put this game away, Drake Maye had the touchdown drive. Drake Maye had the throw to Hunter Henry to find pay dirt. And that's what it's all about. And there were a number of big plays in this game that helped the offense get to the 16 points. How about Kyle Williams? We might forget about this now because of the excitement of the win and because it happened hours ago. But what about Kyle Williams on a 4th and 4? 4th and 4, Kyle Williams gets open, runs a great route, keeps his feet in towards the sideline. Drake Maye shows trust in the rookie receiver. 4th and 4, playoff game. And he throws it to Kyle Williams. Kyle Williams comes down with the catch. Huge play for the rookie. I mean, Kyle Williams has 10 or 11 catches this year. It feels like every single one is huge. Efton Chisholm on the same drive, 2nd and 18. Drake Maye hits Efton Chisholm for 20 yards. Your two rookie receivers in a postseason game showing up, making plays. Those two catches led to a field goal. Drake Maye, 37-yard scramble towards the end of the half, led to your second field goal of the first half. So just big plays. And we talked about Justin Herbert, being the rushing offense for the Chargers. Meanwhile, Drake Maye had 7 carries for 69 yards, including that 37-yard scramble I just talked about, which led to points, single-handedly led to 3 points before halftime. And Drake Maye was dealing with pressure a lot of the night. The left side, again, wasn't good. The left side of the offensive line, the two rookies had a rough night, but Drake Maye, he found a way to survive. He had 2 turnovers, the interception, the fumble was a bad one. He got hit. As soon as he got hit, he should have just held on with 2 hands and went down, but he tried to make a play and fumbled. He'll learn from it. But Drake Maye, again, facing adversity against a really tough defense, did just enough to help you win this football game. Let's talk about the running backs. Ramondre Stevenson, 10 carries for 53 yards. I thought Ramondre would get 15 to 20 carries tonight. Somewhat surprised he only had 10, but 10 carries for 53 yards, so over 5 yards a carry. Travion Henderson had a quiet night for the most part. He had 9 carries for 27 yards, and the vast majority of those 27 yards came on the last running play of the night, which ended the game, getting that first down. Only 19 carries from Ramondre Stevenson and Travion Henderson. That's less than I anticipated. I thought the Patriots might run the football 25 to 30 times tonight. Of course, you could also look at Drake Maye. He added 7 carries. One of those was a designed run. That was nice to see on a 3rd down. Little fake option pitch there. And Drake Maye keeps it and gets the first down. Not as much jumbo package as I thought we would see. I thought we'd see a ton of 6 offensive linemen. I don't think we saw that a lot tonight. Ramondre Stevenson was your leading receiver. 3 catches for 75 yards. Man, oh man, he's been great. Kayshon Boutte, 4 catches, 66 yards. Patriots, 4 of 11 on 3rd down. They were 0 for 3 in the red zone. That has to get better moving forward. But again, you're playing against a very good defense. The Chargers defense is no joke, as we saw. And shout out to Andy Borregales, who stepped up big, rookie kicker, made all the kicks. Got the job done. He got the job done. All right, that wraps up this edition of Locked On Patriots. Thank you for making us your first listen and for being an everydayer. Reach out to me on Twitter at NickCRadio. Don't forget to throw a comment in on the YouTube channel. Hit that like button. Give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you're looking for a gift for someone, make it easy. Ask for the Everydayer Club. Ad-free episodes of this show, exclusive Discord server access, and more. Subscriptions can be gifted through LockedOnPatriots.supercast.com. Enjoy this one tonight. We will be back all week long talking about the next team up, Texans or Steelers. See you soon.